All right, this is part two. I decided to continue on, listen to the rest of the video. So I'm going to pick up where I left off at.
He doesn't realize what he's doing. But after that all went down and he continued, at that point he realizes, and he even mentioned it in stuff with you guys, the whole I don't want to get in trouble, don't go to the cops, don't be screen recording this. Like, he knew. But when it initially came out at first, I was just glad that I wasn't part of it, partially. And then the other part of me was like, I don't think he gets what he's doing. I don't think he gets how bad it is. Because he doesn't always understand things.
Do you think he's on the spectrum, potentially?
I don't think so. From a professional point of view, I don't think he's on the spectrum.
You just think he just doesn't have a lot of self-awareness, you know?
There's some kind of developmental delay, I would say. Definitely. But on the spectrum, no. He's too social. He makes eye contact. Which doesn't bother him. Like, I wouldn't put him on the spectrum, but are there developmental delays and he learns in a different way? Yes.
So he mentioned, you know, I mentioned in the video that I was going to post the phone calls to members, but now looking at it, you know, there might be some legal issues with him being in California and that being a two-party consent state. But we did, you know, we did phone calls. We live streamed them privately just so we could listen to it, but we didn't post them anywhere or any of that. But you know, we heard that he got all A's in high school. I don't know if he texted that or said it on the call.
All A's in high school? I really find that hard to believe if he's that supposed to be smart. EDP making all A's in school? I find that hard to believe.
All A's in high school? Because he said junior and senior year he got all A's in high school.
I saw that and laughed. I don't really know. I know he had to repeat some classes early on, like freshman, sophomore year, but I honestly think, and I could be wrong, so don't take me 100% on this, but if I'm correct, he barely graduated.
Really? So because he's a pretty well-spoken guy. He seems.
Well, that explains it all. I don't think he graduated either. He probably had, because, he probably had graduated. I mean, I'm not trying to defend him any kind of way, but maybe he had graduated. Otherwise, he wouldn't qualify to be a security guard. I know sometimes you got to show, proof that you got your high school diploma or whatever like that, but I don't know.
Kind of he doesn't seem like an idiot, but.
Yeah, but there's some things. There's some things he knows really well, and there's some things that he doesn't comprehend. I used to sit and read his contracts for him.
His contracts?
And he got on the NFL commercial, and they sent him a contract because they wanted to use the clip from his YouTube videos.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Contracts and explained them to him. When he wanted to switch because he had a contract with, I don't think it was a sponsor, but somebody, and he wanted to switch because he wasn't making money off of it. I went through his contract and looked at all the stipulations and looked at what did to be happen. When he was trying to do business as far as YouTube with people and this and that, he would tell me what he wants to say, and I would type it up professionally and send it to myself.
Jeez.
That just goes to show EDP is not a very sociable person. You can kind of see that. Because EDP can't speak professional. He just can't.
That's crazy.
But I am the horrible person. I am spineless. I don't care about anybody because I'm selfish. He has plenty to say about me.
Right.
He even goes as far, and this is what makes me laugh. Like, you watched that video. At one point, he kind of insinuates that I do inappropriate things with my students.
Yeah, I saw that. How he's like...
So ironic with this going down. So he's like, she takes 7th and 8th graders to Magic Mountain. Okay, it's a school-sponsored graduation trip for the 8th graders.
Right, and
Take a school bus. with other teachers.
Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to make sure, because I did mention that in my last video when he brought up her claiming that she was riding students around in the car, and I kind of figured it didn't really make sense. Because I'm like, EDP, why would you say something stupid like that? Because the school is supposed to furnish these kids transportation, like school buses and stuff like that. You know? Because I knew it didn't make any sense, but EDP, he tried to make it look like that she was riding students around in her car. So, yeah, he lied right there.
I took a kid to Disneyland. I did. He was 18. I took him to Disneyland.
Right. Like, you know, yeah. And, you know, I saw a clip of him, you know, that just got sent to me, like, yesterday, talking about, you know, a 14-year-old, and he's saying, man, you do that as a 14-year-old, you just gross and all that. And then he, you know, just goes ahead and goes one lower and stuff like that. So.
But 13's okay, right? 13's
of course.
Okay?
Yeah, magic number for sure.
What really, really hit me is to watch you guys talk to him. And when you asked why, and he was talking about being lonely. My heart has always gone out for him for this, because he doesn't have a lot of connections that are strong. Most of his friends are through the YouTube community and the Eagles community. Outside of that, and I don't even know if I've ever met his friends in the life after dating. Erica wouldn't even talk to him when we were dating. Him and his brother do not get along at all. Him and his dad don't get along at all.
Well, you just heard what she just said. His brother and his dad, they don't get along at all. And who else?
Sister sometimes, but like there was a point in time when we were together that she wouldn't talk to him because he said something that made her mad.
So why don't see, like, I didn't even, like, from what he would talk about in his videos and on the phone, he only mentioned his mom. He didn't mention like his father, sister, or I mean, he mentioned other family members, but I didn't even know. I mean, was he like estranged from them or what?
I don't want to say too much because it's his family.
Well, true.
When I was dating him, he was living with his dad. They were living together. And that was not a good situation. He felt his dad was taking advantage of him, and I think if he let his dad would completely. So, yeah, his sister is really sweet and really cool, and I got to go to his niece's,
Hold on, back up some. Did she just say that EDP's dad was taking advantage of him? That don't sound too good. That doesn't sound too good at all. And then she said that EDP's sister sounds pretty cool and everything like that. And she also said that he doesn't really get along with his sister like that. So goddamn, he don't get along with nobody in his family. Goddamn.
Yeah, his sister is really sweet and really cool, and I got to go to his nephew's birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
But you know him; he doesn't care what people think, and he says whatever random stuff comes to his head. So he'll post something that offends somebody, and then like he posted something online that offended his sister, and then she stopped talking to him. And he didn't see it.
You know, it makes sense on what she's saying. See, all that shit that EDP was saying about her, putting her on blast on the year 2019, talking about that, you know, she doesn't have no backbones and her family's this and her family's that. My question is to EDP, would you have said that to her face and her parents' face? Because I don't think you would have had enough balls to tell her that and her family that. But instead, you go home making a video. So it all makes sense, though, because it's the same thing when Chat exposed him, when he could have just said it to their face. But instead, EDP goes home and make a video about it and talk shit about Chad when he had an opportunity to say it in Chad's face. And you said all that shit about your ex-girlfriend. Why didn't you tell her that through the phone when y'all was breaking up? Because I'm pretty sure she probably didn't feel comfortable enough telling you directly to your face, because you might snap on her, probably hit her or cuss her out, So I don't know how you two broke up. I'm thinking that she probably contacted your phone and probably told you from there. You know what I'm saying? But you said all that shit in that video about her, but why didn't you say it to her directly on the phone or whatever, though? See how much of a gutless coward EDP is? A coward.
And he didn't see it as a big deal, and she did, and he couldn't see it from her point of view, and from both points of view, it wasn't good. So, like, when he talks about being lonely, that breaks my heart. Because, and part of me even is like, I wish he had someone to talk to. I wish I knew he had someone to go to. But at the same time, like, he's done so much to me, I can't be that person.
Right.
Could you blame her? Because once you made that video about her EDP, there was no turning back. There was no turning back right there. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, bro, you should have just took it for what it's worth, bro. If she sat there and told you, like, look, I can't be with you because, you know, I'm a school teacher and I can't risk it. You know, we can be friends. But, you know, EDP probably didn't know how to take that, though. So he kind of felt like she probably used him or whatever like that. And, you know, she could have been somebody that you could have called EDP and just said, hey, you know, she could have been somebody that you could have talked to. Now, when you got busted and got exposed as a pedophile, she probably would have definitely cut ties with you. But I think making a video about her, bro, I don't think that was necessary. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody goes through relationships in their personal life. Everybody goes through breakups. Everybody gets their heart broken. That's just part of relationships. Some relationship goes good and some goes bad. But you don't see a lot of people coming on the internet making a video about it and said that, oh, well, you know, you shouldn't have did this, you know, she shouldn't have did that, you know. Some things just kept private, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's continue on with this video though. But yeah, basically what she's saying is that you could have been that person that she could have talked to. You could, you know what I'm saying, you could have called her and said like, hey, I'm having a stressful day.
We never slept together, so why is he telling a 13-year-old this? I never had sex with him.
Right.
She said she never had sex with you. Damn, EDP. You dated this woman. Y'all dated each other for like 5 months and you haven't scored that touchdown? I mean, again, there's very little that she can do to you because, like I say, you're like overweight and I don't see any woman out there that wants to sleep with you. She probably gave you your first kiss. But that's about it. But as far as you like laying in the bed and having sex with her, nah, she don't want that. That's why I say she don't want to deal with no big guy like you. Because even she did, there's very little that she could do to you. She would have to lift your fat belly up to do things with you. I don't blame her. Hell, ain't no goddamn way that I would sleep with a 500-pound overweight woman. Hell no. I mean, what can I do to her? What can I do? Only thing she can do is probably give me a blowjob and jack me up. But other than that, man, like, hell no, man. I ain't going all up in that. I mean, hey, some guys out there like big women's. Some guys out there like them. And there's some women's out there that like big guys like you, EDP, that's overweight. Some do. I'm not going to say a lot, but some women's like big guys like you. But, you know, they're very hard to come across, though. But they're out there.
And he also...
So then that's the point where I, like, contacted you, and I'm like, I've been dragged through the mud so much on this. I have had sleepless nights. I have been through police reports. And now I get to start again.
She said she had sleepless nights. You see, EDP, what goes around comes around. You say you had people out there harassing you. You say you can't even go to Hardee's or a fast food place to get a burger because people harassing you. You see how everything done came back and haunt you, EDP? And I know she's sitting back laughing at you, letting you know how she feels. Now you see how she feels, EDP. You see how your ex-girlfriend feels now. You know, the shit you put her through. Now you see how she felt. And I know she's laughing her ass off. You know, if Chat wasn't so racist, if he didn't make that racist remark, your ex-girlfriend would probably date Chad. She would probably Chad or I'll probably hug him. She would probably hug Chad just to make you even more madder. and what's so bad is not only that Chad exposed you and made you look like a fucking pedophile goof and made you confess, he even contacted your ex-girlfriend. And she's even kind of putting you on blast there a little bit. God damn. I mean, could you imagine you get exposed as a pedophile and the person that exposed you get in contact with your ex-girlfriend, and your ex-girlfriend run your name in the mud? That's a major L right there, EDP. That's a major L. Tell me, y'all, that's a major L to take right there. You get exposed by a guy like Chad who exposed pedophiles on social media, and then he get in contact with his ex-girlfriend. His ex-girlfriend run his name into the mud. I mean, that's a major L right there, bro. A major L. God damn, bro. And you still have no shame of this?
Right. Well, I mean, like, yeah, that's insane. It's been obviously a long day for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm gonna hit the pine, but I appreciate you, and you know, let me know if you ever need anything.
Thank you. It's nice to actually, for once, have my voice be heard.
Yeah,
Because all the times that he posts stuff and says stuff about me, I know if I say anything back or try to defend myself, one, his followers are going to agree with me, and two, now everybody I know is going to connect me to it, and I couldn't have that. And so for 2 years, I just shut my mouth and put up with everything he posted about me.
Jesus. Well.
And I'm done.
Well, I mean, I thank you for wanting to come on, and yeah, well, it was nice talking to you, and like I said, you know, you have...
Keeping kids safe.
Yeah, it's our passion.
The world to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you have my number. Just if you have any questions or anything you say, just like I said, let me know. But other than that, you have a good night.
Okay, you too.
Mm-hmm. All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. Her number is... I'm just kidding. But yeah, do you have an update on him to the county officially arrested? We're still wondering.
Well, I guess that wraps it up right there, people. I guess she finally glad that her voice has been heard out there. And could you imagine, you know, being silenced for 2 years, and you know if you say something, you know, one of his followers is probably gonna get in contact with her school or something like that. It must have been really tough for his ex-girlfriend. Really tough. But I think she found some closure. I guess she feels a whole lot comfortable now that EDP's been exposed for the sick pedophile that he is. I guess she can kind of find some closure on it and everything like that. But yeah, you know, I don't think she deserved that. You know, and I'm not trying to do too much side busting with her, but she sounded like a pretty decent woman. You know what I'm saying? I think she just had a really hard time accepting EDP for who he is. Like, I think she did kind of gave him a chance, but she kind of said, like, you know, this guy is not on the same page as I'm on having the future together. So, you know, it'll be best that we just go our separate ways. And I can understand that, because a lot of women's out there would not have done what she's done. They would have just sometimes, you know, you calling her and she act like she doesn't want to answer, and you be like, what the fuck is going on? Why why she's not answering? But, you know, she literally told you, like, look, it'd be best we go our separate ways. And again, not too many women would do that to a man. They'll just leave him hanging, leave him wondering on what they've done. Like, what'd I do? Why she ain't spoke to me? You know, it just leave a person wondering. And sometimes when you're in love with somebody and that person don't get in contact with you and they don't talk to you, you ain't heard from for a lot of weeks, you know, sometimes they can't fuck with you. And she could have done EDP like that, but she didn't though. She just straight up told him like, "Hey, this ain't gonna work out." You know what I'm saying? I can't risk myself being with a guy like you. You know, it's just too risky. And EDP should have respected that. He should have just respected that and just say, "Okay, I understand. You know, you've been a teacher for about 10 or 11 years, and you know the kind of content that I put out. I have 1 million followers, and that is like a really big risk to take. But I wouldn't even be worried about that. I'd be like, well, first of all, I'm not going to even put you on YouTube unless you give me permission. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it doesn't matter whether he put her on YouTube or not, because again, people see her walking with him in the store and people see her getting out of the car with him. It's still not a good look. It's just not a good look right there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know though. If I dealt with a woman like that, I'm like this. I tell her up straight like this. You know, if you don't accept me for who I am, then hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But if you're ashamed of me, at least keep it real with me. You feel what I'm saying? If you're ashamed of me because I'm a YouTuber or because of this and that, or you feel like, if you feel very uncomfortable of going out with me in public because you're afraid somebody might spot you with me, at least keep it 100 with me and just tell me that you don't feel comfortable going out in public with me instead of just sitting there pretending like you do. And that's what it seemed like with her. I think she got very uncomfortable with EDP. She got very uncomfortable with him, and rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? Rightfully so. But, you know, I would much rather have a woman that keep it real with me instead of pretending like you love me when you really don't. You're so worried about your reputation. You know, you love your teaching career more than you love me, because that's what it seemed like with her. She seemed like she loved her job way more than she loved EDP. That's what it seemed like. I don't know. If I had a woman like that and she tells me, well, Jug, I can't be out going in public with you like that because I'm afraid people might. Because to me, she sounds like a boring woman. She sounds boring as fuck. See, me, I like a woman that's fun and entertaining and like to go out and have a little fun. And that's how my girlfriend is. She likes to go out and have fun and explore the world just like me. She doesn't worry about people spotting me with her, saying, hey, she's with Jug Truth and this and that. She doesn't worry about that. So EDP, you had a boring woman. She sounds more of a virgin. Even though she sounds like a good woman, she sounds too much of a virgin. Too much of a virgin. And anytime you date a woman that's a virgin, she's gonna be boring. She's gonna be boring. Because I damn sure don't want to be with a woman that's a virgin. Oh, I don't want to have sex until we get married, man. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. I'll dump your ass and find me another woman that's not a virgin. That's what you should have done. You should have dumped her, bro. Like what you should have done. If she was so insecure of you and didn't accept you for who you are, you should have just told her straight up and saying like, you know what, I can't deal with a woman that's so insecure and she's so unsure of herself about me. Fuck that. I would have dumped her. I would have dumped her, EDP, if I was you. If she felt that insecure of you. Because, you know, again, if I dated a woman like her, I would have told her straight up, don't let my confidence make you feel insecure. Because if you let my confidence make you feel insecure, then we don't need to be together. We need to go our separate ways. You feel me? Shit. That's one thing about me. And my girlfriend, she'll tell you that. I don't bite my tongue for nobody. I don't bite my tongue for nobody. And she knows that. She doesn't bite her tongue for nobody neither. But like I said, if you feel insecure being with me, like I said, if I had a woman like that and she was insecure and she felt so insecure of me being around because I'm a YouTuber, I would have dumped the bitch. Simple as that. But anyway, y'all, that's about it. Peace.